Yes. And it's interesting because last week we ended off on the note of knowledge is the ability to affect design change, which is not information. And what you're arguing essentially is that people are more not they're more informed about things because you can access anything through the internet or whatever is on the internet or digitized, should I say, but they're not more knowledgeable per se because they can't apply it. Now there's obviously other factors that influence that. It's not an isolation,
There,
but
there,
you're kind of self-confirming the point right there.
yeah, right. Because to know, meaning this being informed, that it doesn't make you a top level soldier or a player. To be a doer, to be a doer requires training in how to throw punches and no, but basically training on how to pick yourself off the ground,
Hmm.
receive a punch. There's a difference, and the good, for example, the good military system actually teaches this sort of uh, uh, self-reliance and success through athletic upbringing. There's going back to the Romans, Robert. There's a dictum from the Roman army. Um, it's maybe you know it's mens sana in corpore sano, which means healthy mind, and healthy body.
Hmm.
And that speaks of the importance of sleep, the importance of obviously being educated to know the difference between what to do and what not to do, uh, and then healthy body, uh, which is the result of that kind of mind, meaning eating well and obviously not getting drunk on the way to the battlefront. And um, but yes, healthy body. Napoleon was asked about why, what is the secret to the training, which of course would explain his unparalleled success, victories. He broke records of victories, Napoleon. Um, and he said, an army marches on its stomach. That was the answer, meaning food, and logistics, meaning it's not the army that's marching; it's the food trucks, the tents to sleep,
Mm.
the
Mm.
the, the medics, all these uh, you can call them appendices
Yeah.
are the army. Without them, there is no battle. I mean, even less victory. And but it goes back to the Roman saying I just told you. Uh, Juvenal was the author who invented this um, slogan, and to this day, it is very useful in this, among those who know the difference between information and know-how, meaning the ability to pick up and do something with that the so-called information. Information means to give shape, to give shape. It doesn't mean that the person who possesses the information is necessarily giving shape to anything. You
Hmm.
need to be a doer as opposed to a pretender.
Right.
And the pretenders are a lot more numerous than the doers. Um, a lot more numerous. Look around. The producers are a lot fewer than those who expect to receive. Think about it.
But why would that be given if we're all bound by the same constructal processes, why does that happen?
Oh, because with advancement, also known as civilization, the producers have become uh, much, much, much better at producing. In other words, their output is uh, more and more able to satisfy the needs of more and more people.
So the excesses.
Well, the excess production is as old as civilization. Money, and banking happened naturally when the producer was producing more than he could consume. Before that, when the production was meager, uh, commerce existed in nature. I'll trade you one sheep for one sack of potatoes. I don't know. You get it?
Yes.
But that was a kind of a very, very, very uh, s- small volume or rate of production from both ends of that exchange. Um, but that was 10 years ago. And then things really got out of hand with agriculture, which was, yes, it was a very good, just like the steam engine kind of, uh-huh. Um, and then people were able to store food. And then what do you do with the food? Well, it has to be consumed. It was exchanged for other things um, by the producer. The producer then was able to produce even more, you see, and that meant spreading this wealth because wealth is movement. I show this in these are the facts. Uh, I'm not doing empirical work, but every once in a while I show people here are the facts, okay? Here are the facts. Um, the coincidence that what the economists call wealth is what I say from physics would call movement or the consumption of fuel.
Hmm.
Uh, Absent uh, consumption of fuel to move leads to the absence of wealth. Uh, um, it's about the difference between, oh, sorry, no difference. The why you should ask yourself, uh, what do you need in order to live? Okay, yeah. And yes, the list is. But this is the beginning of our conversation today. You need food, you need shelter, you need warmth, you need you need mobility, you need to be able to travel to the next town to find your wife, and you see, or to go to the hospital. All these things, of course, mean the consumption of power. Therefore, you need consumption of fuel. And lo and behold, older people older than you, uh, understood this chain of needs and came to the conclusion that what you need is money. You need you need money. Meaning you need wealth. Well, I showed money is uh, the power that the producer, the excess power that the producer produced and stored in a bank for others to use through borrowing
Hmm.
and later through returning meaning paying the debt so that that extra power could be used by others. So this is how the so-called excess production spreads on a population like a chain reaction. Chain reaction. Um, it's unstoppable, but at the source, you need yes those producers who get them better with the age of the society, or with their own education, or with their own ability to employ creative people. Uh,
Hmm.
the creative people are actually the ones who produce the ideas behind the designs that end up producing whatever you want to pick as an example.
Right. Okay. First of all, that was a very good explanation. I love that.